Hi, I'm Jocelyn Metzger with Sunshine Therapeutics and the Voyage to Heal. In this week's blog post, we're focusing a lot on feeling safe and letting go of control. And with that, letting go of control is being free to move, being free to go with the flow. And in last week's blog post and video, we talked a lot about the feet and being okay with taking that one step forward. So this week, we're going to continue on with that and let go of the control, let go of holding on so tight, because when we hold on so tight, it's like a protective shield that's wrapping around us and holding on and not letting us move. And hence, then, it is that fear of movement, that fear of not being in control and what will happen if I let go of control. So, when we're in that state, any type of movement is going to make us feel sick, make us feel dizzy. And in my life, I have had those moments where, everything will be going along fantastically well, and I'm able to dance with my kids and move around and jump, and everything is okay. And then when chaos comes into my life, and I'm desperately trying to gain order in the midst of the chaos, I find that I can't move. I can't bounce around with my kids. I can't twirl around. And, I can't go on roller coasters without getting that vertigo type feeling and feeling sick and my head is spinning. And I found that as I listened to my body, I realized that those were the moments when I was holding on too much and trying to be in control of things that I couldn't versus be in charge of the decisions I can make. And of course, with everything going on right now with COVID-19 and the drastic changes that we're all enduring, I was feeling a little bit of that desire to constantly be getting things in order and making my own home environment and life as perfect as I could. And I did a Kundalini yoga class last week. And with Kundalini yoga, there's a lot of rotational movements, and that going back and forth was just causing quite a bit of that vertigo and feeling sick to my stomach. And I just couldn't do it. I was scared to have that forward movement. And this week's Kundalini yoga class was all about unwinding, which unwinding is a very natural, free movement pattern. And you just let your body go where you want. And next thing I know, I'm feeling my body going back and forth and twisting and turning like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to throw up. My head's going to spin and be dizzy. And I said, God, I let go. I surrender. What do I need to do? And as I did that, the words that came out was, I let go of control so I can try another way. And that is what we're going to focus on so much today, is just saying, I let go of control so I can try another way. And a couple weeks past, we just talked about God's path and God's plan for us. His ultimate plan is for us to be happy. And this transition we're going through right now is about following that path to true happiness and coming home to ourselves. And in order to do that, we need to let go of control so that we can try another way. So I'm going to go through all the Voyage to Heal weekly tasks with you, as opposed to just the stretch, because I feel it's really important. And part of that letting go of control is in our exercise. We are going to breathe, and in our habitual change, we're going to jiggle. And in our stretch, we're going to let go of a very sacred safety area. In yoga, it's our root chakra. In the Native American culture, it's this most sacred place, the most safe place in our body. And that's our sacrum right here at the very base of your spine, your tailbone and your sacral area. That is the sacred safety point. And so we're going to soften that area, because a lot of people are having low back pain, sciatica, because we're not feeling safe right now. And we need to feel safe so we can let go of control, so we can try another way. So the first thing I want you to do before we do anything else is going to be our habitual change. And I'm going to angle the camera down a little bit here so you can see this. All right. And I'll step back a bit. And in order to do that, I'm going to step in front of the door so you can see me, is we're going to jiggle. Why? Because one of the first things we do when we want to gain control is we hold tight, right? And one of the first things when we want to feel good about ourselves, women especially, sometimes men too, we suck in. Ugh, like this. We hold our breath, we shrink that pelvic floor up, we tighten our chest, we tighten our neck, everything so that we can look thinner. Do I look any thinner when I suck in? Really? It's not that significant that it's worth doing that to my organs, to my pelvis, to my breath. No. So that's going to be our exercise, is breathing. But first, letting go of that control, I want you just to jiggle. Just jiggle around. See how loose can you get. If moving your head does cause that dizziness, that vertigo, don't worry about it. I just want you to jiggle and be like that. Yeah, my belly wiggles, whatever. Who cares? This is me. I want to be loose. I want to be free. I'm letting go of control and I am just going to jiggle it off. And this is part of the steps that I did with the amazing Tammy Reed from Main Street Yoga. They just have an awesome team there, and she does the Kundalini Yoga. And this was some of the steps that she did in the myofascial release world. We call this rebounding, where we just let go of everything. We let go of control. We just say body move together as a full unit. If you want, you can move your head. If you don't right now, it's okay. All right? And so just jiggle. And you can even do it slow, like these little bounces here. It's a workout. And that's why now we're going to focus on the breath. And you're going to take that nice deep breath in. And when I say deep, it doesn't have to be painful. And if your breath in is causing tension, sort of defeats the purpose. So just take that moment and breathe, feeling your belly expand. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that. And on the exhale, then you can pull in. Let's do that 8 times because, believe it or not, breathing is an exercise, and breathing can let go of the sacral area that's holding on so tight. Because when you breathe, I want you to breathe so deep that you feel that tailbone popping out. And if you can't feel it, I want you just to think about it. That as you breathe deep down, notice my shoulders do not go up like this because that just tightens everything. That's not a deep, happy breath. And you may have to just stretch the belly. See how far can you puff it out, right? Before you do this, just so you're stretching it, you may gas, it's okay. It just happens, okay? You may need to do that on the toilet. Just poof and come back. All right, just so you're stretching it, you're letting it go. Like, this is an awesome stretch, but it's an exercise too, because we're asking those pelvic floor and core muscles to work in the opposite direction rather than just always scrunching. All right, and now back to that breath. I want you just to think about that tailbone popping out as we take 8 breaths in and out. You go at your own pace. You go at your own depth, your own intensity, but I want you to think about that tailbone popping out. So take a moment and breathe in. Breathe in. And feel that extra softness in your body, becoming so much more aware of the diaphragm muscle here at the base of the rib cage, the core muscles, and their connection with that breath. And continue using that breath as we go into our powerful stretch and connect, focusing on the sacrum and the pelvis. Now, if you have a yoga strap or a belt or a towel, I want you to wrap it around yourself, and I want you to wrap it around your hips and your pelvis, not your waist. I don't want you strangulating your organs, okay? And you're gonna tighten that up. So now I'm sort of fashionable. All right, so you're gonna tighten it up to what's comfortable. All right, because what we're doing here is we're gonna use compression to soften this pelvic area as opposed to always stretching, which is a lengthening. Sometimes an area just needs slack. And so you can just put this on. Yeah, it's sort of like a support if you're having back pain. I don't recommend wearing it all the time because we want the muscles to work. But if you're having some acute pain and you need extra support, using just a belt around your hips. My hips are here, my waist is here, my other belt is right here. All right, so just know the difference, because we do not want it around the waist and cutting off the organ function. We want it around the pelvis to bring those hips in the pelvic area really and soften that sacral area. It's like saying everything in here just compress. And you know, if you're using a towel, just use like a thin beach towel and wrap it around and twist it so that you can feel that. Now, for those of you who have the online lifetime membership to the Voyage to Heal, click on week number 11 where we do unwinding, and there's an awesome meditation about living limitless without any fear and going with the flow. And you know you can do that by reaching your arms out to the side. For those of you who don't have the lifetime membership, or if you want to just buy this week, you can buy this week of the Voyage to Heal for, I think it's $25. You reach those arms out to the side, keeping the belt on you, and you're either pushing away or being pulled. And you just, you know, you imagine that you're being pushed or pulled and you're a rubber band that's all twisted up from the top of your head. And then somebody lets go of that rubber band. Somebody lets go of that pull, that pushing out. And you just see, where does my body want to go? What does my body want to do? And you go with the flow. And you can do that as we do this meditation. And I'll tell you, we did this, and I'll continue to wind so you can see what it looks like. We did this in the Kundalini yoga class I took virtually yesterday. And I started moving really, really fast. And that was when those words, I let go of control so I can try another way. That's when those words came out. And the more I said that, the faster I was able to move, the more I was able to move without any problems of feeling dizzy or sick. And I just let myself move. As I said, I let go of control so I can try another way. And as you unwind, you're going to feel different patterns. You're going to move in different ways. And you just let your body really take control. And I let go of control so I can try another way. You can do that standing or sitting on the floor or on a bed or on a chair, whatever you feel comfortable with. Continue to unwind if you would like, and put some intense music on to bring up that energy you want. For anybody who doesn't want to do that, I'm going to show you a very incredibly simple stretch. You're going to keep that belt or towel, yoga strap, scarf, whatever you have wrapped around your pelvis. And I'm going to move to the floor with you now. And here, angle that down to the floor. And all you're gonna do, I know this sounds so ridiculously simple, because it is, it's meant to be, come back into the screen, is you're just gonna lay there. And as you come down, if you need to tighten that, that's where a strap with an O-ring is a lot easier than a belt that has loops. Or if you've got that towel, you just twist it a little tighter. And it's amazing what you feel when you have that compression. And oftentimes when I'm doing a sacral release on someone, or if they have the sacral wedgie, which I absolutely love that, underneath them, I will put my hands on their hips and I will just do this gentle compression in, which you can do as well. This hand is on the other side of the hip, and I'm just doing a slight pressure, and I'm not muscling it, because that would defeat the purpose of this. But you can keep your hands there, or just let the belt do its work and continue to breathe. And I'm going to take you through a bit of a meditation as we repeat those words. I let go of control so I can try another way. I let go of control so I can try another way. And as I said these words, I reflected on other times in my life that were really challenging. And in those moments, I felt unsafe until I surrendered. I let go of trying to control those situations and said, I can only do so much. God, it's in your hands. What's to be will be. And just like those moments where I felt unsafe, I eventually found safety. And those moments, just like this moment, they will pass, and I will have grown as a spirit, as a human, transition to a higher level of love, compassion, understanding. Events in life are just moments, some longer than others. God is in control. I am in charge of my decisions, but not in control of the events that will happen. I relinquish that control to the good that dwells inside of me to make the decisions I need, acknowledging that that good inside of me is God, my inner voice, my inner guide, my spirit. I let go of control so I can try another way, following God's path. I have survived. I am safe. I always have been safe. I always will be safe. For life is eternal. My soul lives on. and will never change. I let go of control so I can try another way. I let go of control so I can try another way. I acknowledge that fear comes in many ways, of worry, of anger, of fear, of self-doubt, depression, anxiety. These are all controlling symptoms that lead us to fear that movement, fear that change, and not trust that God is guiding us all along the way. God is guiding us, and we are safe. We are so incredibly safe. Think of all the things that you have been through, and you have made it through, and you are safe. And just as you are safe in this moment, you are safe in those moments. God will keep you safe. Let go of the control so you can try another way. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Godspeed on your voyage to heal.